Awesome. This is where I play tabletop RPGs with folks across the pond and also here, United States and in Europe. Very excited because this is the second session of Monster of the Week using the Tome of Mysteries. Tome of Mysteries just recently come out. You should totally check it out. It has some amazing mysteries, of course, because it's a tome of them, but has some alternate playbooks or new playbooks, Hunter playbooks, as well as alternate weird rules for the basic moves and some other cool triggers for the original Hunter playbook. So lots of cool stuff out from Evil Hat, or distributed by Evil Hat, created by Generic Games, which is Michael Sands. We're the second session in. I'm going to go ahead and introduce my character because I'm playing. I'm subverting our trope here, Alex. Look at me. I'm clever. I do things. And also, as you can see, we are using StreamYard, which is a different streaming technology, streaming to YouTube. So there's a giant duck that's over Alex's face. That will go away in just a few moments. Don't worry. I am playing Jeff Pinch. Jeff is the playbook of the wronged. And his wronged is that his daughter was taken from his teenage daughter was taken from him by fairies. And he has nixies in particular. So he has moves that are specifically designed to help him hunt those things and to allow him to dig down deep to try to survive when he is fighting weird monsters. And yeah, that's Jeff. He's not a super attractive kind of guy. You can probably miss him in a crowd and never see him coming. He talked a lot of trash to some fairies last game and did not back up. Did not have the strength to back up his bold words. So he got his butt handed to him, and the last thing that happened to him is that the cops saw him shooting. He shot one of our cars accidentally. That was a brilliant hard move, by the way. And I'm so screwed. So screwed. Okay. Well, now let me hand it off and change our default look so Alex can take over. Here you go, Alex. He's our keeper.
Thank you. Well, now you've sneakily introduced your character first. That will. I'm going to go in clockwise order as I see it now, which brings us to Jan. Who are you playing, and what did we last see you doing?
I'm playing Solomon Beaufort there. I am playing the Exile playbook. Which means I'm not from around these times. I actually traveled 400 years into the future, which is now. So I'm from the early 1600s, and I stumbled into a fairy circle, and here I am in this weird hellish place with all this noise and all this technology, and it's all very strange to me. I'm not a fan. But there's monsters still, so.
And what did we last see you doing?
What did we last see me doing?
I think there was a fire alarm.
Yeah. I mean, the last thing I remember was chopping some dude down, and then we had to escape. But I was mostly following the direction that June was going, because I have no clue what a fire alarm is.
Just another of these noises that just keeps going off. And
yep, there's noise. That's the thing that happens.
Yeah, it's just a new noise.
Yes,
it's unbearable. Yeah, but that brings us to Jen.
Huzzah! All right, I am playing June Weaver, the expert, trying to bring some brains into this otherwise fully ass-whooping and also kind of charming team. I know I'm not charming. Now, June is a lady who gets around on crutches and wears an eye patch and has a scarred up face. She's also a professor of neurology and prosthetics. So she has access to a lot of information and a lot of collegiate resources, which she makes good use of. She probably personally knows the webmaster of the Humperdinck House Club that we're all a part of. And yeah, she was last seen going out one of the do not exit, fire alarm will sound doors in the nightclub, causing people to hopefully spill out and not be easy prey for the that's what she said mimics.
A wonderful name. And that brings us to Tyler.
Hi there, I'm Tyler, and I'm playing Alwyn Koenig, and I'm using the para-romantic playbook, which means that I have a supernatural lover, friend, associate, who is Walker, is what I call him. He has been with me since I was very young, probably just pre-puberty. I'm guessing somewhere around 12, I would have started noticing him. He was kind of like an imaginary friend, except that he wasn't imaginary. And as I got older, he would do things like show himself to other people where normally he's invisible, or he would move things, or he would bring me little gifts, or he would tell me stuff. And consequently, that caused me to be kicked out of boarding schools and get into terrible trouble, as I would have an older boy in my room, or things that would go missing would turn up in my possession, or people that pissed me off would find themselves shoved downstairs, that sort of thing. When I got older, our relationship became more intimate. I can feel him touch me quite a lot. And we do have a sort of romantic relationship. I don't think Alwyn is broad-minded, but I think he's straight, but he considers it completely different with Walker. Walker has someone that has always been with him, and their relationship doesn't cross that sexuality boundary in his mind, I don't think. As a character, he's very sensitive. He's a charming guy, very easy to get along with. He's handsome in a dorky sort of way, but all in all, he's just a genial person who is kind of sensitive to the supernatural world around him.
And I think maybe a previously on last time would be good for you guys and people who watched the first session, since we missed her. There was a little chunk that got missed, I think. I don't know exactly where it got missed. So, I mean, but Solomon and June, you kind of had an encounter with one of these mimics, these group of people that seemingly are one thing. And Solomon managed to hack off one of the people from it without any sign of blood, but it left a corpse that was instantly at room temperature and not breathing or with no heartbeat. And then the thing ran off. And then to get everyone out of that club, you set off the fire alarm and everyone ran away. And then after you'd gone, that corpse slithered, undulated, I think was the word I used, like a slug, just up into the toilet and just, I can't remember, just feet first, just went and bending in a way it shouldn't, just too smoothly, like not on the joints, and he just into the toilet and just was gone. No other kind of reaction on its face. It seemed, apart from the way it was moving, it looked dead and no facial expression or anything. Eyes open. Alwyn, we last saw, had the genius idea of trying to lure another mimic away from a target it seemed to have taken aim at. And you were kind of just ahead of it. And so, yeah, so June and Solomon are in the alleyway beside the row of bars, and Jeff, you tried to save someone. It didn't go quite well. There was obviously a third of these mimics, and yes, you didn't save anyone, did you? In fact, you managed to shoot at it after the fact, but it just dodged away as one whole group of girls, and they just around the corner. And instead of shooting it, you shot the hood of the police car that has been watching the streets because of these missing people. They're keeping an eye out. No one has any. No, we wouldn't. We're not going to do any start of session moves. We're joining in the action. Jeff, you're in that alleyway. You've lost track of that mimic. I mean, you've not met up with anyone else, so you've not really conferred enough to get any information. But I mean, you saw what happened. You saw a girl get pulled into it, and then she was gone. There was a noise, crunch, but other than that, there's no other sign of the girl afterwards. The creature's gone. And the siren does that whoop. And you can see the police get out of the two officers get out of that car and start approaching. They haven't drawn guns, but they've got their hands on the hips as they kind of move through some of the crowd that starts them.
I'm in an alley, so yeah. I'm going to take off. I'm going to take off running while trying to pull out my phone to call or text someone. Maybe Alwyn, because he's like A, so he'd be the first.
Yep. I'm just going to quickly open it. I haven't opened up any of the reference sheets.
Oh yeah, there's rules to this game. I should also have those reference sheets open.
I think I want an act under pressure for this.
Fair enough. That's a cool roll. Rolling with cool. I have a +1 in cool. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. I rolled a 6 +1 is a 7. Squeak.
Okay. Yeah, you manage to lose sight of them as you start calling. You get through to Alwyn.
Jeff, where are you? Where are you?
I met some of the mimics and then cops are around. I've got to lay low. I've got to find a place to hide. Are you okay?
I have them. They're chasing me now. They're right behind me.
Oh. Okay, where are you? I'll catch up to you.
I left the bar I was in, and I'm looking for like street names.
Yeah. Tyler, as you kind of like are talking, you almost like it. They're almost right up against you, so they bump up against you, and like you feel like a hand just kind of like rest on your shoulder, like you're part of the group, but it feels like it's not exactly digging into your shoulders, but it's kind of pulling you slightly in towards the group. But it's kind of, we're obviously still outside the kind of circle.
Oh shit! It just grabbed me. And I'll yell out the bar name that's right beside me, and I'm trying to pull away. I'm gonna drag myself away from it.
Oh, wow. I'm not gonna leave him behind. So cops or no cops, I'll try to avoid the cops, but I'm heading wherever as fast as I can to try to help out Alwyn.
Yeah, as you kind of, I think you've managed to like get around back onto the street, but you can see the police in the alleyway, and they're like talking to somebody. Obviously, somebody's like describing a scene that they saw, at least partly, and like they're pointing into the alleyway, and like they're holding up their hand, kind of like to your height, Jeff, and just gesturing and like gesturing to their face and like
I hunker down a little bit. Maybe it'll make me smaller. Keep moving.
But yeah, you can see Tyler. Sorry, Alwyn.
Okay. Cool. Do I see the mimics?
I mean, you see like just like the crowd of people, but there is a denser. It is like a clump, behind, which has that similar size of group size to the one that you came across.
Are there any cabs, cars, parked cars that I think I could?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a few kind of like taxi cabs and just Uber drivers who are just waiting to receive a.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna jump in the back of an Uber driver and say, "Hey, I need you to pick up my buddy right there. I'll pay you double."
You got the app?
Yep. Hold on. Pulls out his crappy track phone, because they can't track you with the track phone. Yeah, it's a burner. But yeah, he's gonna try to fake it, and if need be, he'll offer just like straight up cash. Nobody takes any cut off the top.
I think you're manipulating someone because this feels.
I think so too.
You're sketchy as hell.
No. Yes, totally sketchy. All right, here we go. It is an 8.
You need to do something to make this a bit more convincing straight away. Like, he's ready to kind of like ask you to leave.
Yeah, ask me to get out. Yeah. I'll like throw a 20 up front. Like, here, $20. Just my buddy's in trouble. I really need to get him out of here.
It's just over there, down the street.
A couple blocks away. Just pick him up right now, and there's another 40 in it for you. And I look in, and that's literally all I have left.
He's like, he mulls over. He's like, okay, this is busy streets. I'm not going anywhere. Dark and secluded. Yeah, dude, fine, whatever. Yeah.
Greed wins.
Solomon and June. Yeah, the people are all like milling past. There's a bounce who's like who's come out to the door, that fire exit, and is like peeking in. He doesn't see any signs of mischief, or there's no body, for example. And he's just like looking around, curious, and there's just general milling around of people who are just chatting, and like there's still that rumor of there being a dead body in there, but it's only a few people who are mentioning it, and everyone else who left hasn't seen it, and there's a few calls of like bullshit.
And I'll lean over to Solomon and say, I wonder if that problem cleaned itself up.
I don't see how it would.
We need to gather everyone back up, abandon tonight, and do more research.
There was a surprising lack of blood.
Yes, that's because that wasn't a human being or a group of human beings. That was a mimic. They're a construct. They try to make themselves look like something innocuous to their prey, and then they hunt and kill.
Interesting. Well, normally I would say if it bleeds, it dies, but it doesn't bleed, so maybe we need to find out more about these things. Yes.
Entropy wins, my friend. We will find a way to kill it.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind.
Good. Let's get a hustle on. Reconnect with our friends.
Tyler, as you see like an Uber coming down the street in your direction, you see Jeff in there. You kind of you actually feel like a counter tug away from the group. I mean, you obviously are trying to keep your distance anyway, but you feel like a sudden stumble forward. And Walker is he doesn't say anything, but he's just looking at the group, kind of like they're trying to make a move on you, in that sense, rather than eat you.
Gotcha. I'm going to kind of give Walker the look, and look over towards where Jeff is, and I'm booking it towards that car.
I'll reach over and throw the door open if I can, try to pull him in.
Yeah, the group, there is a speed up to it, but it doesn't. It's not like that when Jeff saw it do that dodge. It's still in kind of it's still attempting this fakery of a group. It's not an inhuman move. It's just a quickened pace. So when you run ahead of it, you clear the distance and you're able to get to Jeff, no problem.
As it's following behind, I'll look at the drive. Drive, just drive anywhere.
It kind of, as you look out the window, you see it kind of, as a group, just kind of, even though they're not all looking the same direction, it rotates and just starts to go back into the crowd of people, just losing interest in you.
I'll look over at Jeff. That was it. That's it.
Yep. That's it. That's the end of us going drinking here. That bar crawl is over. Woo!
Yeah.
Let's get a couple blocks out of here. Just like I told the Uber driver, just a couple blocks, buddy, and we're out of your hair. And there's the rest of the money I promised you.
I'll kind of look over at the Uber driver. Yes, night of drinking. No more drinking. I have had quite enough.
It's your business, guys. I really don't care.
Good, I like you.
Yeah, I'll rate you higher on the app.
Have you heard
the 40?
Oh yeah. No. Pull out the rest of my now naked wallet that has nothing else there.
Have you heard from our other friends?
No, I was pretty focused on you. Maybe you could give them a call.
Yeah, they were trying to come find me, and I'll start texting.
Do we cut to meeting up somewhere? Where do you think we would have? Diner?
Definitely. Diner.
The same one. Like, what was it? An Arby's, I think?
Yeah.
No, we're not going back to Applebee's. I want a diner,
Oh.
a real ass fucking diner.
Yeah.
I want it being like Dino's half Greek, half Lebanese diner,
Nice.
24/7.
Mm.
You know, the most remarkable thing about the wait staff is that they don't ever really look at you. Just like the perfect place.
Serving is just here, dunk.
Yep.
Rattling table slightly as they just plonk it down and walk
It's
away.
it's not bad service.
Yeah.
It's alternative service.
Hmm.
So yeah, we're back in some back booth of the diner. Everybody's probably got a coffee. Also, it's a shitty diner, so there's a smoking section, so I'm smoking indoors like a goddamn rebel.
Oh my goodness. What is this? The aughts?
This is something I actually want to ask Solomon. Does he have a pipe?
Oh, yes.
I just
Of course.
wanted to know.
And June's one of those hoes. She rolls her own cigarettes. So, smoking bros. Anyway.
You wish to partake in some of my pipe tobacco.
Maybe later. I've got plenty of my own. And June's got a laptop out, soaking up the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi password is short order.
Alwyn, you keep seeing like Walker just walking around the diner occasionally, just touching things. You see like just making them rattle slightly. There's not like any giant manifestations of poltergeist type activity, but just
He's probably agitated after all this that went
Yeah.
on.
like
I'll
a serviette just kind of gets like knocked off onto the floor.
I'll try and send calming sort of emotions. It's okay. We're going to be safe. It's okay. And looking at the group, the ones I encountered, they were ladies, but they seemed to be wanting. They wanted to breed, I think, was the impression I got from them. Am I correct, Alex? That was when I empathied in at them?
Yeah. There was it was a very alien, but I mean, that was the closest thing you could get to an idea of what the emotional.
Right, they were bringing in
urge.
so that they could produce more.
Well, if the gentlemen that we encountered were trying to woo a lady, then they were doing so very unsuccessfully.
I don't think wooing has anything to do with it, Solomon.
I do not understand.
If my suspicions are correct, those are a kind of ooze that's shaped like people. Now I found, and I'll turn the laptop around to face the rest of the table. I found this, and it's photographs of the splotches that I found in the bathroom and the bathroom window.
Very translucent mucus.
Which I will admit probably just looks like a bit of spilled water or cleaner from here. But
Slime.
it was a slime. It was a thin mucus-like substance. The kind of lubricant that a very large snail might use to safely travel from one part to another. Or perhaps some squeezins of whatever this is as it pushes its way through a window that is plainly too small for a human to go through, or a gang of 4. Sounds like over the course of our evening, we each ran into our own separate group.
It's not unlikely that the smaller entities can perhaps join with each other.
Yeah, that's a reasonable assumption. However, if these creatures want to breed, seems like so far they've been rather successful.
Seems like a pretty impressive evolution to come up with this. I mean, without listening to them, they look like a perfectly normal group of people. That's very impressive.
Perfect. I don't like the way you talk about them. No one else hears this, of course.
They are a danger that we're going to have to deal with.
I nod and flip my laptop back around and get back to noising on it.
Is this enough information for us to possibly?
I think some sort of investigate.
Yeah, cool.
And would any of the Havens things work at a long distance over the net? I mean, none of the ones at the moment would. But I mean, I'm not saying you couldn't go and access, like we talked about, colleagues' workshops and such.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I wish I wasn't rattled from hiding from monsters at the time. I would have taken a sample of that slime. Damn.
But I think consulting the internet, possibly going on the forums, I think you've got enough to investigate a mystery.
Cool.
I feel June is probably, with her research, is leading this.
I think so.
And being the smart one.
Look, unless it's in a normal book, it's not going to be me.
Yeah.
I'm
all right.
happy to help.
I can imagine you taking a traditional laptop and trying to fold it around to get read it nicely, comfortably. Did you?
I rolled. I got an 11.
That will get you some answers.
So let's see here. What can hurt it?
It seemed obvious. I mean, from what you saw, it seems the dismembering of it. Not that it looked like a traditional dismembering. Did definitely destabilize it, if not exactly cause lasting damage.
Right.
I think when Jeff shares his experience, there is obviously something inside, some sort of opening, which possibly leads to the softer insides. I think it would be more vulnerable from the inside. I think maybe from the inside, traditional, things that would hurt any living creature. On the outside, it seemed quite resilient to, there was no gashes or cuts on it from Solomon's attack. So I think harming it from the inside.
Very interesting. All right. Let's see here. What is being concealed here?
From what Alwyn said, and the fact that you've all encountered, it seems there seems to be some sort of mating ritual going on. There seem to be, I think, either whatever they're hunting. I mean, we know what they're hunting, but whatever they're hunting is to be a better mate or to have enough energy to do it. I think they're building up to a mating, basically.
All right, boys. Well, how's this for a plan? Right now, it seems like these creatures are hunting willy-nilly, the kind of way that gets them noticed night after night, club after club, trying to breed, trying to make more of themselves, which is definitely not good, especially for LA. But it means that they're not being very selective about their targets, right? Sure, they're remarkably lifelike, but they still can't string together two sets of words in a row that connect. They can't put the front of the locomotive ahead of the caboose.
What?
They can't put the cart behind a horse.
Oh, I see.
So, if they want to be decoy party goers, let's fight fire with fire. I propose that we take maybe some mannequins, rig them up with a voice box, and a fucking bomb, and go fishing.
I like it.
Sounds good. Yeah, let's do that.
Just out of character point of order.
Yep.
Solomon knows what a bomb is by now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the explosives were already starting to become a thing back in the 1600s.
That's true. You have a handgun. You know what a bomb
Yes,
is.
exactly.
Yeah.
I know what gunpowder is.
Yeah.
Now this plan creates an obvious materials list that we need to gather. So, party people, who wants to get what? Jeff,
Anybody?
you shouldn't get anything. You need to lie low.
Yeah.
Unless you have something already.
Not really.
Disappointing. Oh, well.
Sorry. Most of that stuff. Well, hold on. And he'll start listing off some of his specialist weapons for destroying fairies. And it's quite a list. I would imagine there's got to be some things that could be added in there. Maybe yes, in the bomb, let's add some cold wrought iron metal shavings. I have that.
All right. All right, we can do that.
a large, like hairy-armed man slams down a jug of coffee, fresh coffee, and then she turns around.
Thanks, fella. I love it here.
I would guess explosives are probably the hardest thing on the list to get. Anybody have a line on those?
You don't know anything about chemistry, boy.
No. I was a humanities major.
That's okay. It takes all kinds to make a world. No, it's
The drink falls over, June.
what?
Your drink just falls over suddenly.
Shit.
Your hand.
Well,
you don't get much actually coffee on you, but it does kind of like spill and like go towards your laptop.
I focus on saving my laptop before any other object on the table.
Walker is there, like he's not near June, but he's just obviously not looking at her.
I'll give him a look of don't do that sort of thing.
The fuck was that? Shit. Anyway. The hard part about making a bomb is getting the materials that you need to make it without being traced.
I'm afraid I do not have enough black powder to make much of an impact.
Save it for your gun. It's fine. We'll get it together. I'll get those parts. The actual hardest part of this might be getting mannequins and rigging them up to get moved around safely.
I could certainly look into finding mannequins. So, I mean, just a matter of, well, going to somewhere and seeing if they'll sell them.
Well, you said you were in the humanities? Theater? That kind of thing?
Yeah.
Do you know anybody?
Well, LA's full of folks. I could probably make a call here and there. I certainly know how to act like I'm in that sort of realm.
I think you're aboard. Go on. You can do it.
Do we feel this is the time for a montage?
Yes,
This,
absolutely.
This,
Montage
this
time.
feels a montage. I mean, Alwyn, I see this as a manipulate someone. If you're going at it how you described.
Alrighty. Yeah, I think that would be the case. So, rolling with charm.
Yeah.
Are
you able?
Sorry.
I remember you had a move that was replacing weird with charm or charm with weird.
It's replacing weird with charm.
Okay.
So I got a 9. And I'm guessing I'm calling around probably like props departments and stuff like that.
Okay, I mean, you
I'm going to make a weird suggestion here. And because this is like theater props, and I mean, you can pawn me off as an actor.
Yeah.
And
he's deep in character.
I'm being very Shakespearean here, you know.
Oh yeah, I mean they want like, you know, what's the production? I mean, we don't just give this stuff out to random people. I mean, what's the play? What's the?
Considering your costume, we're doing the Crucible, very old school version.
I see this as you're at.
Oh, of course, it's cool. Yes, old school. Yes.
Yeah, I imagine you're at like some sort of not exactly a warehouse, but a storage place of props and items, and there's a guy working, a woman working there, and she's like, have you got any paperwork? Have you got any, references anyone can speak to from the production?
I'm gonna give where did we say we are? We're in like LA, right?
In LA.
Yeah.
I'm fine with Solomon being suddenly just dragged around the corner.
Yes. Forsooth. Like,
So Solomon, you just see all these items that like some stuff looks vaguely like from your time was actually some stuff is some stuff is from strange foreign lands, it's a treasure trove of just this must be a priceless collection of artifacts.
Mannequins that don't look like
Yeah.
wooden dummies and like yes,
Like
the
king's clothes and suits of armor and all these things.
I'm probably specifically going like, yes, what was the play that you said we were doing?
The Crucible.
Yes. That's the Crucible. Yes. Well, I do believe that one must dress in these, but we do need some extras in the back, and one does. I'm very much getting into my role.
You've been coached. Yeah. They give you like an odd look. It's like, I've seen you in something, haven't I?
Quite possibly, yes. And
yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
I have been on stage with one in some of Hamlet's, some of Shakespeare's plays in London.
Oh, well, I mean, say no more. I mean,
I rolled an 11.
I think they're a little bit of an Anglophile, and they're like really digging.
Yeah.
She's really digging the accents. So
I rolled an 11 on the help roll. So
I didn't see a help roll, but yeah. Oh yeah, no, you have cut to outside with I think you've even got a mannequin to spare.
That was very good, Solomon. You're a natural.
Well, I have actually seen a play from Shakespeare in London,
Well, and I chose one that was about witch hunting in the 1600s, so...
well, I did not know that, but...
Where are you getting your supplies for this bomb, June? I assume it was you who were gonna... as the only one who actually could make a bomb.
I mean, same place as any place.
I mean,
University chemistry department.
Exactly. Are you planning to just... I think this seems like an act under pressure. I'm thinking.
All right.
I mean, are you trying to steal these things and just or at least make it look like it's just a
rounding error?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm either trying to steal it or I'm trying to lie about why I need it, which is probably still an act under pressure.
Yeah.
Like, I might be saying something like, I want to make a thermite stack to destroy my servers, just in case the government wants to seize them for hatred of free speech reasons. You know how it is.
I want to see the roll.
Yep. just a 7.
Hmm. I'm thinking. I think they're like, but I mean,
What?
I understand where you're coming from, of course. This very uptight assistant to the lab assistant. Fight the power, but we have rules here. You'll need
Right.
to fill out the forms, register your name, the exact amount you'll be taking, the reasons. And then we can go forward with the sample.
All right.
I would like to,
CIA?
yeah, I like to imagine we could cut to kind of everyone else has met back again, and they've met like hours earlier, and then finally you arrive after going through loopholes and red tape and managed to find somebody you know from academia to countersign your request, and you're finally able to bring to the table a chunk of thermite. Do you meet back at the diner? It's 24 hours. No?
Well, yeah, no. I feel like mannequins might be the threshold. Like, nobody really knows what thermite looks like, but mannequins are weird.
I think I think when maybe Tyler and Solomon gets back with the mannequins, there's like a stern look and it's like, no kinky shit in here. And just pointing to the door.
Jeff tried wrapping it in a black trash bag, thinking that would be bad.
Yeah, it's like smoking a cigarette, like, this is a family place.
I can still see it. Those arms sticking out. I ain't stupid. Yeah, we probably got to meet at a motel or some shit, someplace really sketchy.
Can we just steal a thing that I just saw in the Tick? It is a Hawaiian themed dive hotel called the Leilo, the Lalo Hotel. It just tickled me so much.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, there's a very poorly painted mural at the back of the room, like with the deck chairs placed against it, like you're sitting.
Like
on
the deck
beach.
chairs are painted on the wall.
Oh,
and we're actually sat in like shitty plastic folding chairs.
Yeah, you're sitting in shitty plastic folding chairs with like a beach scene.
Yep.
So you're like, it's almost like you're sitting at the beach.
Yeah, and we cut to that, and I'm, putting something in the clearly freshly drilled out hole socket in a mannequin's neck, and I'm like, thermite. Never mind. So I keep soldering in circuits, muttering to myself.
Is this like a little kit that do you have a little kit of tools that you have with you?
Yeah.
Like most, yeah.
Yeah, I don't travel without a bunch of weird electronics shit. So yeah, I'm getting that put together. I'm building a detonator, that kind of thing.
What's everyone else doing in the room while this is happening?
I mean, she's good with bombs. I'm not going to bother June. So I think I'll be working on filing down some of the cold wrought iron into the shavings I talked about before.
I think as you're doing that, the image of the girl, even if you're not trying to think about her, it just kind of is there in the back of your mind. The girl who got killed by the mimic.
I think I'm probably asking everyone to remember as much, and this probably is like scraping the scab a little for Jeff, but as much as we can about them, so that I can try and put together a kind of a profile of what can attract them.
Yeah.
I have the I deal with the strange a lot. And so it's this idea of where to push their buttons, how to get them to go for the bait. And I'm trying to get as much information as possible so I can.
Do you feel this is an investigative mystery, or are you triggering something specific to your?
Well, I wasn't thinking of that, but I could go with that monster empathy. I don't know. Probably investigative mystery.
Yep.
Alrighty. Give it a roll. Ugh, terrible. That is not going to succeed.
That was a miss.
Yeah, let's see. Investigative mysteries off sharp. Yeah, that's a 5.
As you're all working and thinking, you see like that the light come through, a red light kind of come through the windows and like blinds that you have down, like that's flickering from red to blue. As a car drives by into the car park of the motel. You probably don't have much time to hang around here. Obviously, Jeff was spotted.
Shit. All right. Save the thermite and the finished mannequin, everything else.
Has Jeff made her? There's some stuff happening in the chat, which I've just seen.
If you want to give me a makeover, that sounds great. I don't know exactly what kind of makeover you're offering to Jeff.
Straight razor.
Yep. Well,
are you taking his mustache? Is that
what we're taking the mustache?
Taking mustache. Absolutely.
You're not a sergeant anymore.
And you need a hat.
Oh,
I'm sorry for Tyler's miss.
That's okay.
Having an impact on you. That
All right.
harsh.
Step 1. No more glasses. Off.
I can't see very well, but okay.
They are the exact same. They're big. They're distinctive. Just pretend you can see. And then, yeah, we get the mustache shaved. Toot to sweet. I'll do my best to, like, actually give him a lather first so that it doesn't look red and raw and irritated and obviously just shaved 5 minutes ago. And then I'm like, you needed a haircut anyway.
It's been a while.
Mm-hmm. How do you feel about going bold?
Not sure how much will grow back, but okay.
Think of it this way as I start shaving his head. Progressive hair loss means that you still have high testosterone levels.
Huh.
I have no clue what she just said.
Yeah, and I actually use a comb to give him like some. It's not a total loss, but it's
You actually
quick. It's
style
like
it a bit.
strip. Yep. And all in the bathtub, so we can rinse it away
Hmm.
as quick as we can.
You look like a new man.
Thanks. It's obvious Jeff's a little embarrassed about being bald, especially like razor shaven bald. He has a ridge, like his head isn't perfectly round. So it doesn't look great. But he'll get over it.
Yeah. I actually like tuck into my bag and I'm like, and I hand him this trucker cap kind of thing. It's pretty well worn in and he'll need to adjust it a little bit to get it to fit his noggin. But what's the emblem on the front, Rich?
It is it's a big W. It's a big red W.
Is this a Wario hat?
It's a Washington Nationals hat that
Okay.
I just looked over at my hat rack so I could actually put
Nice.
this on after break. So,
Nice.
Spoiler.
All right, everybody. Stay cool.
Jeff kind of pulls his hat down. Does the
And
whole
yeah,
ducking head thing.
yep. And
Walker's been-
I have somebody else lift up the mattress and I toss, of course, safely sealed because that's how it's been in transport because I'm not fucking using it yet. All of the dangerous shit between the mattress and the box spring.
Yeah. Off in one corner, kind of scraping at the kind of painted mural thing. Walker's like, I think you could tell when you were giving Jeff the compliment, he did not like that.
So jealous. Oh.
Do we want to have a little break?
Yeah, I think so.
And we'll come
I
back
should get
with hats.
water. Yeah.
I'm gonna hat it up.
your kids get to sleep all right, Alex?
I believe so. One went out very quickly. The other was still awake, but being quiet when I joined us. So.
I wrote up some things there on kind of how I see Walker.
Yeah, I started to try and incorporate some of that into the.
I sense him as being, like I say, I don't think he was ever human. I get this impression that he's kind of, I don't want to say he's a fairy or fae, but he's got that really mercurial sort of sense of humor and way about him. He's easily distracted, that sort of stuff.
Kind of adult intellect, but with a kind of still a childlike quality.
Right.
To kind of too many hormones at work, but not
ectoplasmic hormones. You didn't put on your hat, Rich.
I think we'll be joining. I think we would cut to on the street, on the prowl for your target, or ambush staging area, or whatever, however you're going about this. Just waiting on Solomon. Oh, I need to change my profile pic in Roll20, but that'll be done later. I'm still amateur.
Yeah.
So next week we'll be picking up or giving a shot to Zombie World. I'm quite excited for that.
Wait. So, what will your first move be? Is this scoping out the street? Is this going into the bars?
I guess we've got to find them first. Or, June, do you think it's best to try and set up once we have them coming at us, or should we go ahead and preset?
Well, while I don't think that these creatures are smart enough to spot the difference between a mannequin and a live human being, bouncers, clubgoers, and staff will, right?
What does the mannequin look like now? Could somebody describe what you dressed it as? Is it dressed?
I think Alwyn dressed it, and of course it's dressed. Come on, that's just rude, right?
Yeah.
They're dressed.
And probably in, kind of probably my clothes, if I had to guess, but night on the town clothes of the Vegas disco sort.
Okay, so the flashiest clothes you had.
For the Crucible?
What's that? No.
They didn't come with stuff for the Crucible?
Got the frock coat and all. But yeah, like a silk shirt and 2 tight leather pants, something to go out in Vegas or in LA.
I don't like the way you hold it.
Walker, it's not real.
You say that about me sometimes.
Other people have said that about you. I've never said that about you. I know you're real.
How is this in your head, or is this out loud, whispered, or?
If there's folks around, it's probably. I'm guessing he speaks really close in, like right at my ear, and so it's probably that under the breath sort of conversation.
Yeah. So yeah, the street is
So
I assume you've come at when actual partygoers and people in the crowds of
the people are actually there. But yeah, I think a little bit of confabbing is like, what do y'all think? Should we try to sneak a mannequin into the club, or do we pull the fire alarms again and try to fish for them as the crowds leave?
Is the boom going to be big enough to hurt anybody?
No, honestly, it shouldn't. A thermite explosion like this is extremely hot, but very contained. It should melt it from the inside out.
There's like people not in earshot of you, but obviously kind of walking by you and just seeing you holding this mannequin in the street.
Mm-hmm.
And you're getting glances. I mean, it is LA, so it's just like glances and then shrugs.
There must be some reason.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm just shouting like, the Crucible!
Yep.
Some people kind of glance around, like looking to see if there's any like cameras.
Yep.
Because there's Solomon and there's this mannequin, and it stands out slightly. Not a huge amount, but it does stand out.
So it seems like everyone who was targeted by one of these things was by themselves, sort of by themselves, close to it. So if we want, we can set the mannequin up and then abandon it inside. Or
your outhouses, you mean?
Sure, yeah. No, it's a position from which we won't be able to observe.
We should probably try to be able to keep an eye on it. How much trouble do we think it's going to be to get it in there? Do we think it's better to try and lure the thing out?
I don't trust these things. Just leaving it there, yeah, it's not going to work out. I got to have eyes on it.
That's what she said. You see it. The doors close on the bar. Just that.
I can try to lure it.
How good are that?
I don't want us to be separated again the same way we were last night, or last time we were here. But I agree. Let's take an active approach. We have someone to act as a lure. We have somebody handling the mannequin, and somebody on watch and trigger. Watch and trigger's me. Who's the handler? Who's the lure? Who's the backup?
I'm probably bait.
They've already tried to chase after you on what I think is the right choice. I won't let anything hurt you.
Thank you.
Jeffrey's our backup. Good. that means, Solomon, you are the handler.
Ah, yes.
Your
I should
job is to
Handle
help.
the mannequin.
That's correct. Now, we gave them some wheels on the feet so that you can maneuver them somewhat naturally. Ish. Basically, pretend that it's a person.
Very well.
Make light conversation with it,
Hmm.
and let our bait bring the trouble to our friend. And I look at the mannequin. I'm like, pat it on the shoulder. What's a good name for our mannequin, guys?
Bob?
Yeah, Bob seems good. Bob, John, I don't know. I mean, if it was female, it would be Shelley. But
Bob the Bomb.
Bob the Bomb, I like it. He's hot. But you got to get him started first. And then I make a few like taps and swipes on my phone. And the voice box on Bob just pipes up. I'm Pickle Rick. Yeet. And, you know,
And other catchphrases.
other catchphrasey bullshit.
Yeah. Is this like something that's just continually playing, or is this something that you're pressing to make happen?
I didn't really have enough time to program in a reactive loop like I wanted to. So I'm like,
You got one of the little soundboard apps.
yeah, I'm soundboarding it.
Yeah.
From my phone.
With whatever apps you could find with.
Oh, I wrote something.
Oh.
If computers were hard to use, men wouldn't do it.
So, yeah. Obviously, you at least one of you heard that little snapshot of one of the phrases that
Yeah.
at least a few of you heard.
Yep.
Well, I guess I'll go try and bring it out.
Yep.
All right. And
I think the bar is that one that Jeff went into, where there was a crying girl that's... Yeah. The one that Jeff went into. Let's not go into what happened afterwards.
And I'll cut my eyes over to Jeff, and I have a almost feeling like Walker is over his shoulder as I say to both of them, just keep an eye on me, all right?
There's like a...
Yeah.
Of course.
And I'll head in.
Walker's kind of walks along beside you, going through the wall as you kind of pass through the door. He's like, he keeps a position with you, but is there on the other side. There's that group at the back. Yeah.
I'm going to maneuver back towards them and get within, about 10 feet. And kind of start into a, oh, hell, I'm fucked up. Oh, God. Sort of full on, attempting to look both drunken and like I don't know exactly where I am. Oh, where the hell is it? Where's my car?
Like, they're not looking at you at all, but the whole group just rotates at this. Like, they're still not looking in your direction, but there was obviously like hive mind, just movement.
Okay. And I'm fumbling in my pocket for my
Hmm.
keys, and and starting to move and actually I'll be moving out, but hope I'll have Walker. I said, keep an eye on them. Tell me if they're following.
As you start moving away, Walker's just kind of like just nods at you. And you hear, as they kind of move past the bar, they kind of 5 for the road. And the bar like sure, it starts like putting out drinks, and as they just keep going past the bar. Then he's like, he's just got his hand out, like about to pour a drink, but then like seeing them leave. And
They have a wasted talent for getting a bartender's attention.
Yeah.
I would say this is the shitty bar on the. I think this is one of those ones that was like kind of just like, I'm not selling to any trendy bar, anyone who wants to try to
stand
open up a
behind
cool
my
bar.
statement.
I'm sitting in my shitty little bar. I kind of imagine this one as kind of like amongst all these ones that have like bars that are almost nightclubs, that kind of mix, have dance floors and such. This is like Josie's bar in Daredevil, just alone amongst all the rest of the more trendy places. But they are interested in the bait.
Okay. I'm going to stagger on through the door and turn towards the direction of poor Bob. And again, I'll as I get out and start making that move, I'll pull my keys out and kind of drop them to wait and make sure they see me as they come out of the door.
There's actually a speeding up as you do this.
Grab my keys and stagger on down in the direction.
Yeah. I think as Alwyn reaches Bob, Bob is like, "Oh, money! I wanted a donut."
Where are you just set up in the streets, or have you actually? Where have you got this?
I'm imagining somewhere just off on the sidewalk.
With Solomon holding it.
Holding it by the hand.
Yeah. You see Alwyn approaching, stumbling, and this group behind.
As I get up close to you, Solomon, I'm going to, hey, buddy, can you show me where my car is? And like get his arm so that we can isolate Bob.
Yeah.
Maybe if that pulls their attention.
Like I'm sort of looking over your shoulder and like, okay, they're coming. And then like, yes, good sir, I will take you to your carriage. You stay here, Bob, and
I'll buy that for $1.
Don't let any strangers take you.
Yeah.
I just like to party, but the edibles are kicking in.
So they kind of move. They're still like, at first they are definitely like they're on Alwyn. They're tracking him. But as he kind of meets up with Solomon, they kind of slow down and they like start to rotate like you start to get a sense of, I think, Alwyn, you kind of feel that they're, with your sensitivity to this kind of thing, that they're now kind of trying to acquire another target.
Can I attempt something then? Can I attempt
Yes.
a manipulate, or would there be something like suggesting to Walker that he possess Bob for a moment to give it some sort of motion and lifelikeness?
I think. Do you have a move for directing? I think you do.
I can manipulate monsters, which folks normally can.
Yeah, I think to do this, yeah.
Alrighty. Then I will attempt that roll. Come on, dice. Be nice to me. Ugh. Well, that's a 7. But, yeah, manipulate. So, yeah, that's a 7.
You do this, but you go and I think he like looks at you and is like, you can tell he doesn't like this, but he's going to do it.
Should I roll bond break?
Yes, bond abuse. Yes.
Alrighty.
So he moves into it.
Alright, rolling the charm. That's a 7. Boy, this thing's killing me. Shame me, you're killing me.
Choose one of the bond abuse options.
Someone who shouldn't know finds a clue about your relationship with your guide.
As you kind of like are saying, whispering something, the mannequin starts to it starts to do movement. Not like the fingers aren't like moving or gesticulating. It's moving on its hinges, but it's still moving without anyone.
I'm not saying that he's fat. I'm just saying he's a little short for his weight.
And it starts to, on the wheels, it starts to kind of rattle slightly away from you guys, kind of more away from other people. Just the head kind of turning slightly, and
is it supposed to do that, June?
No, but I'm gonna roll with it.
Okay.
Huh.
The group starts to move towards it. They kind of like, the mannequin is not moving at any speed. It's just slowly rattling along. And you see it get kind of guided into the nearest alleyway, into the shadows by the group. They all disappear into the alleyway.
Yeah, I will.
Just the occasional laughs and, she said that. Really? 5 of those. Line them up.
I can stop anytime I want. These are choices.
They've gone into the alleyway.
Yeah, well,
it's not.
Yeah.
Should we follow?
Yeah, just a little bit. I want to get just close enough that I can, see or, use my cell phone to sort of camera around the corner and get a view on what's going on.
Yeah, you peeking around the corner with your cell phone or however you're doing it, you see the group there like 15 feet into the alleyway. They're kind of slightly in the shadows. There's a bit of light from the street coming in and from just the you know, from the moon. And you see the mannequin is surrounded. And you see it's like, you can see its feet kind of get lifted off the ground and the head kind of pulled down, like kind of disappearing into the middle. Like you're starting to lose sight of it completely. And there's like a creaking of plastic getting bent and
Hasta la vista, baby. And yeah, just as I start to lose sight of the chest, I trigger the bomb.
there is the conversation kind of still keeps going, except it is kind of contorted how they say it. Like, it's not exactly they're screaming the same words, but there is a kind of added emotion to like just the gibberish phrases. It's like they're saying it through gritted teeth and agony. The same bullshit. And they're like shaking until like you see like smoke coming out of their mouths and eyes. And this just pool of mucus spreading out from their feet. There's a smoke trail comes up.
Well, this is a living nightmare.
And they just like, they all just kind of collapse against each other.
I don't think it's dead yet.
No, it's close.
And
I'm
I start
going in.
unwrapping my sword.
Yeah, I'm going in.
As you approach, like all the parts are kind of starting to twitch slightly and undulate and to try and move away from each other. I mean, it's really slow, and you can see, like, as they start to move away from each other, that kind of translucent mucus is just like much darker color than it was the trail you saw, and it's like, yeah, it's almost like black as they pull apart.
I'm moving in. Like I'm looking to kick some ass here at the moment I can get close enough to strike.
Yeah.
These things can't live.
Yeah. You going in, kick some ass.
Yeah. Sweet.
Is that a 10?
Yeah, that is a 10. I get +1 ongoing when fighting things and +2 from tough, so that's a 13. But I haven't advanced the move within it, so it's just a 10.
Okay. Choose an extra effect.
Right. I was looking at the basic moves. Give me a sec.
And what are you using?
I'm not using a shotgun because we're still in the wait. We decided to go in the club, yes?
Well, I think you've lured this into an alleyway.
Right. Okay. Sorry. So probably not using the shotgun. probably a bad idea to do that. So I think I'm just specialist weapons. Trying to think what would be a cool Fey fighting hand weapon I could have here. Maybe a machete, like a cold wrought iron machete. Look, it's not a very pretty thing. It's just made for hacking.
Yeah.
We'll go with that. So that will be, I assume, similar to a regular knife. So 2 harm hand body.
Yeah.
Okay, and I will inflict terrible harm. So I'm going for 3 harm. And I'm sorry, I'm using my specialist weapon for destroying fairies, so it's 4 harm.
Ooh. Yeah, as you wail hacking, like you just everything, all the body parts, all the bodies, or
Body parts, the mucus seems to be a key. So slicing that, I don't know if that even works, but I'm going for it.
As you hack, they kind of like twist and writhe like salt being put on slugs, and like almost like curl around, like they try and twist around your legs and stuff, and like around your arm, and you don't really feel it as you're doing it because you're just in the moment and you're just like cutting through. And as you do cut through, it actually it goes clean through like the parts, like, and there's not like when you see inside, there's not like bone, muscle. That's just an outer layer. It just seems to be like a one like squid, like it's just a layer of this meat, and that just goes all the way through without any kind of specific details of body parts. And yeah, the thing you weren't feeling is, as you kind of step away from it, is like there's just all these little dots where it kind of curled around your arm for a moment, of almost like teeth marks, just in a really symmetrical pattern. It's just a small patch, and they kind of start to bleed, and it trickling down your hand. But yeah, take 1 harm.
Okay.
But your hand feels there's like an itchiness, a tingle to it.
Gross. Awesome.
And yeah, I think Jeff has dispatched this thing.
All right, 1 down, 2 to go. I'll peg my way over there, and this time I will take a sample of the goop. Scoop it into a little glass jar with a nice tight sealing lid.
There's definitely like 2. You can find that kind of that translucent stuff, but in the center of all the mess, it's just this almost black and thicker, kind of like almost treacle.
Caramelized, if you will. I'll take a sample of that separately too.
Yeah.
Who knows? Well, pour one out for Bob.
I'm kind of around the corner, and if Walker has run away, because I am not good at the kicking of the ass, so I did not rush forward. And if he's come back, if he got away, because I was really concerned that he'd get all.
As you're watching kind of the scene, the back, like just like the back of a hand gently against your cheek.
I'll turn around and hug at him. That was brilliant. You are so brilliant. Thank you.
You could say it more often. But there's a
Probably
hint of a
could.
smile.
And I'll lean over to kiss him.
He kind of holds you your chin and takes the kiss. How close are you? Slightly apart from people?
Yeah,
or-
I'm a bit around the corner, but I have let.
I mean, obviously, people will be focused on what just happened a bit more than you.
Mm-hmm.
There's a slight one. Solomon, you catch like sight of movement above, just for a moment, just like something darting past through, like a bat flying in the night. It's like just quick movement.
That's my ass.
Or just the periphery of your vision. But,
Uh-huh. Like I'll look around. Like I'm probably looking around for a tree to climb, and then maybe find like stairs that go up.
You're reading a
And
bad
I'll
situation?
definitely go like, did anyone see that?
I feel this is a reading a bad situation.
All right.
Yeah, sharp roll.
Sharp. Let's see. How sharp am I? Meh.
You shouldn't have been going around noticing things.
That's a 7.
Okay, you've got one hole to ask a question.
Yeah. I mean, yes. Well, I mean, I guess I should go for the. Are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
There is like on this, those the fire escape stairwells on the side of the building. Like it looks like sort of like rolled up a carpet and just flopped it over the kind of balcony or the railing. But then you kind of notice it slightly moving until it kind of tips more over the like it's like to tip more over the edge. Like if it keeps going, it's going to drop into the alleyway. It's quite high up, but could be a person.
There's something on yonder building. Perhaps we should step back. It might try to drop down.
I will laboriously start to do so from my sample taking position while, trying to get eyes on what he's talking about.
Like a few feet from you, there's like a loud, wet thud as a body hits the ground to you near you, June.
Yeah, that warrants a shout.
It kind of rolls over until it's like face up and curves around and starts moving towards you, June.
Yeah, sheep fire. I hate these things.
I'm gonna head at it with my sword.
Are you protecting someone?
Yes.
Roll plus tough.
My tough's pretty good. Boop, boop, boop. That's a 13. Yes, a 13.
A 13 is pretty good.
It's okay.
Yeah. Choose an extra effect.
All impending danger is now focused on me, and I inflict harm on. Wait, just one, right? Yeah.
You protect them. With,
Yeah.
Yeah. So all impending danger is now focused on you?
Yep.
How do you kind of step in? Is
I
this
just
shove her aside? Is this just
no.
stepping
I
in the
really
gap?
just charge with a battle cry of "Have at thee!"
I think, yeah, as you kind of shove into it, it just suddenly moves really fast, like a snake just contorting around you. And you feel these, like... Thank you for the Hardy from everyone. It starts sliding around you, and you feel this just needles. Like how covered are you? Because what are you wearing? Like
I'm wearing like leatherish clothes, old timey stuff.
I think, yeah, I think
I don't
one
think
of
like even though it says like old fashioned armor, I think it doesn't actually count as armor. So
I mean, yeah, leather. I think you take like 1 damage, and you kind of like see that.
is that
What the-
after my special
I think after
warrior? Okay.
after, because it tears. Like, are you wearing like leather trousers?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see that like the body's legs are just curled around your leg, and it like coming up. Its like head is wrapping around your arm with his like face kind of looking right at you, but just blankly, and it's like tearing through your trousers somehow.
Ah.
You can feel that kind of like needling scratch on your legs as it kind of tightens. But June is able to safely move away as it's...
Lord.
I will keep away your accoster, my lady.
It's still like you feel it like tightening, and so it's like pulling the arm that is like grabbed with its neck and head is like getting pulled against your body tight. You need 1 arm free as it kind of just feel it squeezing. Is everyone?
Am I close enough to get in there? If need be, I'll.
I mean, you were right there with where June was taking samples as well. Oh, I assume.
Yeah. So even though I've got a little bit of harm going on, it's fine. It's just a little stinging. So I'm gonna jump in on this, raising the machete up high. I'm kind of imagining the machete looks a little bit like the orc swords in
like the Urukai cleaver things.
Yeah, those things, a little bit like that, except smaller. Those things are freaking huge. But yeah, 4 harm, so it probably needs to be significant, plus the construction of it, specifically for hurting Fae. So can I jump in?
Yeah, I mean, how do you see it? Is this a protection, or is you trying to just kill this thing?
I'm just trying to kill it.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Okay. Well, that's the exact same number I had before, so. All right. So that is 8 plus 2 plus 1. That's an 11. So yeah, I
What
want
is your
to
extra effect?
I'm going to do extra harm again. I'm crazy. I don't mind getting hurt. These things have to die, and they're hurting my friends. So yeah.
Yeah, as you kind of like go in with this machete, it tries to kind of move around the machete, and the face kind of it slithers up Solomon like suddenly really fast and tries to kind of like his head, the face kind of darts towards you, Jeff, as you hack. And you manage to just thump right through the middle, like the arms and torso. And it just almost like rolls off you. The top part and the legs just slump off. You get like, you see like where it kind of rolled over you, like what are you wearing? What's your, like, are you wearing a shirt or a t-shirt? Or
Yeah, I think he's wearing like a hoodie and a white t-shirt.
yeah, you can see just the hoodie has been like just I don't think it's actually been torn, but it's been like gone at with a like steel wool or something. Like it's just been like just distressed
Harsh.
material as it kind of rolled over. It's like thump, wet to the ground.
I'll duck my head around. Is it still fighting?
We got another one.
Oh hell!
And like you can see that I've gotten my knife out, which I basically never do because I am probably less or equally poorly equipped to fight than you.
I may grab my multi-tool and bring it up out of my pocket.
This is TSA non-compliant. Get back.
And what do you do with a said knife? Who's this taking a sample?
Oh, you're asking me.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Sorry.
I assumed that
Two of us with knives.
Alwyn's knife was a joke knife.
So sorry, I wasn't fully clear. Are Jeff and Solomon out of the woods as far as monster mashing, or they just need a little bit more help?
You kind of look down, like at Solomon's feet is that the body that he like hacked off the previous, like earlier in the previous night.
Mm-hmm.
It is that body, but now it's just hacked in two, and black ooze is dribbling out. I think it's I think you can draw the conclusion that the difference was the cold iron blade rather than a Solomon's sword.
All right.
It is not moving at all. Just bubbling black.
Stand
ooze.
myself fully up and go, all right, lads. We should get out of here. Anybody hurt bad enough they need some help right now? Speak up.
I am well enough.
I'm fine.
All right.
Was that one of the same one, or was that a different one that showed up?
It's part of one from last night. Solomon had severed it from its group.
Oh. Huh. Okay. And as we're heading out, I have my car if we're heading to that, or should we? We don't have another Bob.
We'll get another one.
In the streets, there's like the people moving, going about their night. Nothing that happened in the alleyway drew any
Oh,
attention.
is there any like this is the back alley to the bar, so I imagine that there are probably like piles of knockdown cases, cardboard cartons.
Yeah, there's
for like
from
beer
and such.
delivery services and crap like that. Cool. I'll probably make a pile of that on top of what's left of our oozes. And make sure that there's plenty of room around this pile so that it doesn't, spread and catch. But I'll light it on fire.
I think, even before you start that fire, there is a kind of deflation going on. Like, it just looks flatter. Like, it's just
nature's taking care of some of the problem. But,
yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, there's, I think there's it's starting to give off like this ammonia smell.
Whoa, that's awful. And it's not going to get better.
Yeah.
But
I think as you leave towards the car, you see like all the people blissfully unaware going about their business, going to the bar and stuff. But across the road, there's just one group staring towards you. And then further down, when you notice that, you also realize that just in the middle of the street, like there's actually a car honking at it, is another group of girls. And they're just all, they are literally all looking, their heads are pointed in this direction.
I think they're coming.
Good.
Let them come.
We can at least get them away, hopefully, from this many people. And
let's roll, folks.
Yeah, hop in the car and driving, I'm guessing, back towards the hotel. I'll look over towards you, June, to where to? Hotel?
Good enough for me.
You hear like a shout of complaint as the group that was like standing in front of a car just start walking over the car with a thud of feet.
Let's go. And I climb in the back with Solomon, and I'm like, Solomon, show me your blade.
I mean, it's right there in my lap, so it's like...
You're just like, point. And I'm like... Then I start drawing something on it in ash.
Ooh.
Oh, this feels like some magic.
Mm-hmm. Gonna use some magic and try to amp up his weapon. And lose a die. That was fucking magical. How did I do that?
Well, you were doing magic.
Yeah. Nice. All right, so that's an 11.
Okay, well, choose your effect.
Yeah, I enchant his weapon. It gets +1 harm and plus magic.
The little markings that there's like a little glow that doesn't quite fade away. There's like a...
I'm not familiar with your enchantments, but I think I like them.
It should come in helpful. Put you on an even footing with Jeff. Anytime.
The car, there's like a thud at the back of the car, and you feel like the back wheels swerve slightly.
That's not good. And I will be trying to Move at haste.
I'm climbing out of the car.
Oh,
Climbing out of the side, and I'll go hack this thing off the back if I need to. If I
Oh.
can.
There is
Yes.
like
I think
out of like a group of 6 girls, there's about 4 arms held onto the car, and like there's like one of the girls is literally just getting dragged across the pavement. Just I mean,
That's
just the
horrible.
tarmac. No reaction to it. Just like
This is terrifying.
Maybe a little goo on the road, but
Yeah.
that's about it. Oh,
they're
oh,
not doing. Yeah, there's like a little trail. It's not as dark as that like black thing, but it is.
Mm-mm. Nope.
It's like bump,
Don't cut
bump
into it.
along. They're not doing their mimic call. They're not exact, but they're not like their
No,
faces
let's
aren't
party.
turning to you, but their eyes, all their eyes, kind of like look at you, Jeff. Even if their faces aren't turning to you.
Oh, jeez. Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if striking any one body part matters here, but I really want their eyes off of me, so I'm striking big chops on their heads, trying to shut their eyes. This is
Roll plus tough.
It's okay. I've hit, but not with a 10. So plus tough, I rolled a 4, plus 2 is 6, but tools matter, so I'm using my signature weapon, so that gives me plus 1 more, so it gets me right to a 7. But I will spend a luck because I really want this to be perfect.
And because we're using the Tome of Mysteries,
Right.
luck has added things which
I have a luck trigger. Right. I stuck that in here somewhere. Where did I put that?
Yeah.
Where did I put that thing?
Row 27.
Rolling special.
Yes.
Thank you. When you spin a point of luck, you find a dangerous lead on your prey. Oh, wow. That will help us. Hopefully.
Okay, so you now have a 10 plus. So choose the extra effect.
I don't want to do extra damage again. Let me check. What do you think? I'm not worried about suffering less harm. I think I'm forcing them where I want them, which is the hell off of our... Well, I don't know. Do we want them the hell off of our car? If we're trying to kill all of them... I should have discussed this plan before I climbed out onto the edge of the car.
That doesn't sound like Jeff.
No, it doesn't. Unfortunately, he's having regrets. I think. I just want him off the car. We'll come back. We'll make another. We'll make a Shelly. We'll make a Shelly next time.
You kind of like you swipe, and as a group, they kind of like move, like the hands like dart away, but like as you swing, like a couple of like a hand and like a whole arm just like flies into the air, like hitting the road, and they just like you see the whole mound of people just like rolling end over end, and then they all just like you see. I mean, are you still looking on the car? You just see them like as they roll, they just roll back onto their feet, like all at once, and they're standing there watching you go. As another group, the other one, just walks in beside it. And they're just standing there beside each other, looking at you go.
Climb back in the car. I don't think I did much of anything to him.
Well, you secured a getaway, and that's something.
Yeah, and
Feel like they might be onto us, though.
I think you might be right.
I believe so.
It's out of well, I'm not character, but out of character. Time-wise,
Mm-hmm.
it is coming up to 10 on our end.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Do we want to pause and
Do we-
continue? What do you guys want to do?
This might be a good point to sort of close book, do a stinger, wrap.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't see. I mean, I could still go, but I don't see how we will finish this very quickly.
I think any wrap-up within the kind of time frame we have would feel a bit rushed and unsatisfactory.
Yeah, I'm not interested in rushing this. This is.
I think maybe this would be a good time to, like, just that driving away.
We've killed one of them.
As that two groups of figures are just standing there in the road. I think as the traffic starts pulling up behind them, like honking their horns, they're just disappearing. They're shrinking into the distance, staring at you.
Framed in the rearview mirror.
Yeah.
We got me into assessing questions.
Ooh.
Yes. We go to end of sessions questions. Did you conclude the current mystery?
We did not.
No.
Did we save someone from certain death or worse?
I think so.
Yeah.
We kind of saved Alwyn.
Yeah.
Again.
Solomon was. It looked a bit nasty
Yep.
for Solomon for a little bit.
Yep.
Did we learn something new and important about the world?
I think the answer is actually yes.
Yeah, I think so.
We learned a lot more about how these creatures operate.
Yeah.
Did we learn something new and important about one of the hunters? I think maybe yes. I think there was enough.
Yeah, we had the break moment, right? So I think
There was
that's
enough weirdness around Alwyn.
Mm.
June's resourcefulness, of course, was. I think we learned exactly how easily she can get hold and make bombs. That's
Yeah.
That she's a more dangerous person than she might appear.
Also, she's really mean. It's great.
And
Come
he knows
on,
magic.
I will give. So that's 2 XP for everyone.
All right.
The only XP I got this session because I
I
made a
don't
lot of
know any
rolls.
misses.
I rolled no
I
misses.
had one miss.
Oh yeah.
I thought it would be. Is it not 3?
If you get 3 or 4 marks
Oh,
or
that's
answers, you mark 2 XP.
2. That's right.
Yeah, I was all ready to kind of bring them in on you for killing one of them much quicker, but the worst you were getting were 7s, except for early on.
Mm.
It was quite a
Yeah.
successful little session there. We are
Mhm.
good hunters. I like that we've got 2 heavies. We've got 2 heavies. So we've got a social and we've got a strategist. It's a good
Mhm.
team. I got to say, we cover a lot of bases.
Yeah, between the two of you, Jeff and Solomon are pretty darn dangerous, and June's brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good. That was good. So that got me to 5 XP. I will be taking an advance.
I'm at 4.
Nice.
The rest of us are at 4, so we're just 1 away. Mm.
Yep.
I'm noting, by the way, down that Jeff Luck thing, because that will be next time we play. That will be the first thing we handle.
Good stuff.
I'm kind of hoping that, say, next time around, with the noticing and with Jeff already aware, coming clean with Walker being about, and that'll let me resolve a bond out as well.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, nice to have something, some more social element type stuff.
And it's always a little awkward to have like a secret from the party. That's always weird.
I mostly need to encounter some modern stuff that's me not understanding it gets me in trouble.
Oh, let's do thorns. Anyone got any thorns they want to bring? I will. One, I didn't wrap everything up in this session.
This is the longest week ever for a Monster of the Week. That was going to be the one I wrapped up as like, I really would have liked to have finished these guys off. I mean, I enjoyed it, but now it's hanging out there. It's like, oh man.
Yeah, I could have damn it. Why did I establish there was multiple creatures? That's just that's made more wrap up.
And we're a pretty deliberate crew. I don't know if this is exactly a thorn, but we're very deliberate in how we go through our things. And, that may be an element of, just starting out the characters. We haven't quite got our flow yet of how we bounce off each other. There's a lot of pauses.
That's a fair point.
Any others? Shall I move on to roses?
Sure.
Yep.
That one's easy. The one-liners from.
Oh God, yeah. Jeez, Jin, you rock the Casbah today.
I am very glad that you took a handle of the one-liners of that.
So good,
because that was much better than I would have done.
Yeah, I was like, do I want to farm those out, or do I just want to do them myself? I was like, I think I can manage.
I saw you were going for it. Thank you.
Yep.
I think someone's. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, I'm really glad that that Alex and Tyler, that you guys pushed the bond break and played through that. That was really fun and a good choice, and we got to see some more of the pararomantic there and put it on the table. I was really happy about that.
Yeah, I liked seeing a bit more of Walker.
Yep.
I also enjoyed that Alwyn pushed the romantic part of the relationship.
Yeah, absolutely.
That wasn't just something that was talked about. That was actually something, just starting hints at it, but it was there.
I think someone said last time about this having a zombie-esque feel. Maybe Jen, you said something. No.
I think you did. You said it was an interesting.
The mimics were zombie.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. For a second, I thought you said that. I said that Walker was zombie-esque, and it's like.
I have to agree. And seeing it this time, it's really scary. The way they react, the way you're describing it, it is really nicely done, and it is a whole different look at that constant pressure, that things that feel no pain. It's really well done. There were several full-on sort of moments in your descriptions, and that's nice to achieve.
I mean this is a compliment in case someone doesn't see this as a compliment. Understand, in my head, it's awesome. I had a lot of T2 moments, Terminator 2 moments with,
the
Terminator 2. He was Inhuman thing and he would just get up and reform.
Yeah, absolutely.
That shit scarred me when I was a kid. It was amazing. And having those moments here in a game.
Shot in the face with a shotgun, and then it's
Oh,
Which is a convenience.
It don't even care. Yes,
Yeah.
thank you,
those
sir. May
moments.
I
were
have
really-
another?
Yes, that was good stuff. That was really good. Yeah, I liked that a lot.
It didn't cut off at 2 hours.
No, it didn't. It felt
Another
pretty
road.
snappy, even though we were doing a bunch
Yeah.
of different stuff.
Yeah, I don't know, like if we want to move in to talk about StreamYard, but I found the video quality and audio quality to be superior. While I liked a couple of aspects of Jitsi, like sharing the YouTube video is fun, but not really necessary.
I like the fact that you were able to talk about this one. That share the YouTube chat came up. I don't know if that was.
Who even knew? Like it was
Yeah.
there in the comment section on the dashboard, and I clicked over it and it said you could show it, and I'm like, okay, what happens when I hit this button? And then it popped up for you guys
Yeah.
to see it. That was the best. That was
I
so
didn't
cool.
see it quick enough to read it, so I don't know what it actually said.
Oh,
but
it says,
I saw it
I
appear.
have to say, I'm loving the layout over the old Hangouts layout. Everybody gets equal screen time, which is right. It's a true point.
It's cool. Yeah. Yeah. Despite my initial speed bumps with StreamYard, the video quality has been very good, and the
true.
connection and performance has been really consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's no
Sound
hard
issues.
2-hour limit on streaming. So,
That's freaking nice.
mhm.
Yeah, because I've not been a huge fan of what Jetsy's been doing in all the games I've seen.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it initially, but I think it was one of those where I liked it because it was there, and this seems to be significantly better overall.
For performance, like Jen says, this has been spectacular. I mean, there's not been lag. Video is super crisp. It's really nice.
Yeah.
Good.
Thanks, Celtic Nuts.
Thanks,
Hey.
Celtic
And I'm betting that putting up these comments here for us to see is also going to be on the video.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I just popped
Yeah,
over the
something-
video and it
Yeah.
shows. So
Mhm.
Huh.
Yeah, it's really nice. Look.
very
I
cool thing.
really like that feature.
That's clever. Good. So next week we're going to give Zombie World a shot, and we have we'll be running that through Roll20. So I'll probably do some screen sharing there, and
And we'll put these guys in stasis for a bit.
yeah,
Yep.
dang it. But we'll come back to it. So
Yep.
thank you guys so much for playing, and thanks Celtic Knots for your comments. That was great to let us test out some of this stuff. That was fun. We'll see you guys in a week. I'll end the broadcast
right.
here.
Thanks, Alex. This was awesome.
Yeah.